What's up, guys, and welcome back to Stretton Life. This is Anthony Stretton here, and yes, I know this is my first video on the channel officially by myself. I will be doing a lot more videos by myself, especially since, big announcement, we are starting a couple new series on the channel. As you can tell by the name of this video, this will be a paranormal video. We will be doing a series of paranormal investigations, hauntings. The next one we will be doing true crime, serial killers, and conspiracy theories. Taylor and I will be switching off, doing a couple, probably do some together as well. It's just, it'll be easier for us to do both of these, especially with our different schedules. Hazel always needing attention and whatnot. So being able to switch off will make these videos come a lot faster, be able to post them a lot more. On a second note, before we get started with this, by the end of September, I plan to be starting a Twitch for my gaming, and also I'll be starting up a YouTube to, post some videos. So Twitch, I'll be going live. YouTube, I'll be compiling a bunch of videos, editing them, and posting them. So stay tuned for that. Right now we're just in the process of moving and whatnot, and then we're going on vacation. So we'll be done with all of that into September. Hopefully I'll have my setup and equipment ready, and then we will be starting that as well. Once it comes out, I'll create a video for that, link it all in that description. Now, getting started. Conjuring and the new La Llorona. Those are all connected movies and whatnot. Also the new Annabelle that is in theaters right now. Those are all connected through two people, two paranormal investigators who have been specializing in this for other 60 years, Ed and Lorraine Warren. Besides the movies, we are going to, for this video, stick to everything that is not shown in the movies. Basically their backstory, how they got into it, their life, where their legacy is today. Ed and Lorraine Warren were considered the go-to people for any kind of paranormal investigation, specializing in spirits and demonology. Ed Warren himself was a demonologist. He specializes in the study of demons and the methods that they use to control or summon. Now, Lorraine was a transmedium. Basically what that is they can see, hear, basically communicate to spirits, demons with her mind. She would allow the demon and or spirit to take over her body, use it as a basically a way to communicate. They would take over the body and communicate through her. Now we are going to rewind a little bit and get back into their early life, how they kind of got into this, how they met, what they did before, becoming who they were and what legacy they built. Ed grew up in Connecticut in a house that he claimed to have been haunted. He grew up in this house between the ages of 5 and 12. Fast forwarding to the age of 16. Ed had a job as an usher at a theater where he first met Lorraine. Her and her mother would go to the theater every single Wednesday, where, Ed started to grow closer towards her, and they started talking more and whatnot. And one of those Wednesday nights, Ed actually walked her home. And on that walk home, he asked to take her out on a date. And basically that's where it all began. Lorraine had been a transmedium her whole life, but Lorraine said in a later interview that she could physically feel that Ed was the one, that she knew the second she met him that he was the one. Not as in just a, fluttery feeling. She knew, actually knew in her mind that he was the one. As if God himself was telling her that he was placed on the earth for her. A year later, on his 17th birthday, he enlisted into the Navy. 4 short months later, his ship sank. He survived the tragic accident and was given a 30-day basically survivor leave. In those 30 days, that's when Lorraine and Ed got married. Then after that, Ed returned to war, going to World War II. And then when he came home, that's when Ed and Lorraine had their first daughter. After the Navy, Ed attended a art school to better his painting abilities. After a short time of going to the school, 2 years, he believed that he could paint better than the teachers there at the school. So he decided to leave school, and he bought a car actually for $15, which he proceeded to pay off in a matter of 3 weeks, $5 every single week. So after quitting the art school, they obviously needed a source of income. Ed believed that his paintings were so good that he could go and sell. So he would sit outside of popular events and whatnot as people would walk up and down the street and sell his paintings. They actually ended up making a pretty good living off of it. They would sell their paintings for $3, $4, $5, which was amazing money at the time because, you know, the price of gas was about 18 cents a gallon. The theater was, you know, a dime to get into. $5 was a lot more money back then, and they were doing really well selling his paintings. So now we get into how Ed and Lorraine Warren basically got into hauntings and investigations and demonology and whatnot. So Ed, ever since he was a kid, because of his experiences, had always been interested in, you know, haunted houses and the paranormal, spirits, demonology, all of the sorts. So the way he would get to experience those things and investigate himself to find the truth, he would use his paintings basically to get inside of people's houses. So what they would do is Ed would go sit in front of the house, paint the house up, and in the painting he would put, you know, ghost in the windows, out in the front yard, whatnot. And then Lorraine would walk the painting up to the house and would tell them, hey, my husband loves to paint houses that are haunted. And that would basically get them in the door, seen as, hey, these people know that our house is haunted. Obviously, they have some experience in this. They know something we don't know. Maybe they can help us. And that's how they would get into those houses, start investigating, start learning, start, you know, solving these things, helping these families. Now, together, Ed and Lorraine Warren were an amazing team. You know, they had Lorraine, who was a trans medium and would immediately be able to go into a house and feel the presence of something, be able to tell Ed if there was really something there to investigate. Ed, being a self-taught demonologist, being on thousands of cases, would then begin to start the investigation, being able to use Lorraine to communicate, figure out what these demons were here for, what they wanted, and, you know, basically get them out of the house and leave the families alone. Now, obviously, being that they were, you know, the go-to people for anything paranormal, obviously they were called all around the world. They didn't accept money for their services and whatnot, but they would obviously need some compensation to go all over the world. Together, through their many years of doing this kind of work, they collected thousands of pictures and videos. With these videos and pictures, they were actually able to win a court case for a woman who was being sued by her landlord for $2,000 of false claims, basically of paranormal activity within the house. They were able to convince the judge and jury that there was paranormal activity within the house that was impacting and targeting the family. Now, I'm backtracking a little bit to 1952. Ed and Lorraine Warren created the New England Society of Psychic Research. It was founded to do what they had already been doing, helping families investigating paranormal activity and whatnot, and they were building a team to basically help all these families. Now, their main goal had been, you know, just to help The people investigate, but in 1965 they had a case where they went into a house and the spirit was a little girl that was looking for her mother, and Ed and Lorraine felt really bad and wanted to help this girl because she wasn't causing any harm. She was just a soul that wasn't at rest looking for her mother, and they wanted to start helping spirits as well. So their whole society and beliefs changed from just helping people to helping the spirits as well. A little update of where their legacy is today. Ed died of heart complications in 2006 on April 23rd. Lorraine was still continuing, basically consulting paranormal haunting victims, but she was not participating in the investigations, making appearances, whatnot. But she did, however, pass the torch to her son-in-law, Tony, who had been working with Ed and Lorraine for over 30 years. He still runs everything today. He is the spokesperson for the New England Society of Psychic Research. And then in April of 2019, Lorraine actually passed away in her sleep at the age of 92. Being that both Ed and Lorraine had passed away, they left behind a large legacy, one of which being the Oculate Museum. The Oculate Museum basically has every item that was possessed in their encounters, investigations, paranormal research, one of which being the Annabelle doll, which we will get into in another video. But again, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, hit that bell notification so you guys get updated every time we post. More videos will be coming to you. Thanks again, guys. See you guys in the next video.